Hello travelers, welcome to Lore Spire. 2023 was a great year for gaming, and while 2024 certainly doesn't have anything I'm looking forward to quite as much as I look forward to Baldur's Gate 3, there are still some promising titles. Let's take a look at my top 5 most anticipated games for 2024. First, we have Avowed, which is a first-person action RPG in development by Obsidian Entertainment. In 2023, we did get to see a new trailer for Avowed, which showed some awesome magic effects, sword and sorcery style combat, and hinted at what will, knowing Obsidian, probably be a deep set of narrative choices for players to navigate. Avowed takes place in Eora, the same world as Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2, albeit a different part of that world known as the Living Lands. I'm sure that alone is enough to make most of us want to play the game, but here's a bit more for those who need it. In Avowed, you are an agent of the Emperor sent to investigate a deadly plague that ravages the Living Lands. Along the way, you will recruit companions to join you in your adventure, and they should contribute significantly to the story. As far as gameplay goes, you'll be combining magic, melee weapons, and firearms in combat alongside your allies to overcome your foes. Now, the only release date we have for Avowed is sometime in 2024, but Obsidian Entertainment usually delivers big, and I expect this to be the case whenever Avowed is released. Shrouded is a kind of survival, crafting, action RPG in a voxel-based world being developed by Keen Games. I've actually already played this one a good bit during the initial early access window a few months ago, and it was a heck of a lot of fun. In Shrouded, you start off as a Flameborn who has been reawakened as the last hope of an ancient civilization. You have to craft weapons, build structures, battle enemies, and survive perilous excursions through a corrupting fog. The build mechanics in this one were great, the graphics solid, and the combat was fast-paced and fun. You were able to lock onto enemies, allowing you to dodge and outmaneuver them while striking with melee weapons, ranged weapons, and even magic. While I didn't get that far into the leveling tree, it did seem to be quite large and expansive, allowing for several different playstyles. Up to 16 players can play together on a server at a time, but it is PvE only at this point. Shrouded re-enters early access for the long haul this time on January 24th, 2024. Next up, we have new Arkline from publisher Dream8 Games, which is the only CRPG on this list. It looks to be a bit of a down year for the genre after CRPGs had an amazing year in 2023. I know considerably less of this game than the previous two on this list, but the trailer looks amazing, and anytime you mix arcane magic and steampunk into a CRPG, you're going to get my attention. You can choose to play as one of 4 races: human, elf, dwarf, or giant, and of course you can customize your gender, appearance, and background, with the world around you treating you differently based on these choices. Combat uses a turn-based tactical system, which sounds great to me, and Dream8 promises new Arkline will be a believable world full of tough choices with an unforgettable narrative adventure. I don't know if Dream8 will live up to that promise, but if they do, new Arkline will certainly be one of my favorite games of 2024. Oh yeah, once again, the most we have to go on for release at this point is sometime in 2024. Next up, we have Dragon's Dogma 2, which is set to release March 21st, 2024, and seems like it will be a hell of a game. Full disclosure, I didn't actually play Dragon's Dogma, but I heard great things about it and recently picked it up under $5 on Steam. If you haven't played it, you might be able to hurry and get it before the sale ends. Anyways, Dragon's Dogma 2 is a single-player narrative-driven action RPG that focuses on allowing the player to create their own experience. It is developed by Capcom. Your player character and your party should both be highly customizable, and you can use bows, swords, and sorcery along with your allies to defeat your foes in a variety of ways in this open world that is 4 times the size of the world of the original Dragon's Dogma. Included will be giant monsters, tons of weapons and builds, and an incredible number of places to explore. There will be a new race, new vocations, and the options for the pawn system have been expanded. This game looks great, sounds great, and I can't wait to dive into the world of Gransys for my first time in 2024. Arc 2 is slated to come out sometime in 2024, and I'm really hoping it is not moved back yet again, because this game promises to be out of this world. Pun intended. Arc 2 should be significantly different than Arc Survival Ascended, which is the current iteration of Arc people are playing. Combat will be Souls-like with a lock-on targeting system that allows you to dodge, block, and even pull off combo attacks on your enemies. This should be a refreshing change of pace from the currently mundane combat found in Arc. Unlike the original Arc, there will be a narrative story in Arc 2 complete with NPCs, and this story is starred in by Vin Diesel. And not only that, but he's also in the development team for whatever that's worth. In Arc 2, PvE combat won't be limited strictly to wild animals, but will also include a humanoid-like alien race that will use their own tame dinos in combat. Also, Studio Wildcard promises world events that will occur whether the players participate or not, but you'll probably want to participate in these events as they can yield unique rewards. And in case you were worried about it, player-created mods will still be a thing, allowing players to create new dinos, creatures, items, and gameplay features. There is a lot to love here, and I'll be keeping my fingers crossed that we see no more delays for Arc 2. Alright, so those are my top 5 games that I'm looking forward to in 2024. I know that list is a bit different than what we've been covering previously on this channel, but let me know what you think of it. This has been Chris with LoreSpire. Be well, my friends.